All right, today's video we're going to be doing a little bit of a tune-up. We've had a couple problems. Our pressure washer, we need to change the oil on our pressure washer, water pump, and also on the engine itself, and we'll be replacing the spark plug, and I'll show you how to do a little miniature tune-up. Same thing with our generator. We're having a problem with it too, so we're going to change the oil down here. There's a little valve right there. We're going to put a new spark plug in, and we're going to also clean the air box. So I'm going to show you how to do both of these. I'm going to pull them out and put them over here on the little benches, and I'll set you on the tripod. Okay, I wanted to show you which one we're working with. This is the Honda 6.5 GX200. And what we're going to be doing is changing the oil. The oil that we're going to be using is the Castrol 10W30. We're going to be using some Throttle Body Cleaner to clean out the carburetor. And we're also going to be replacing the plug. This is a NGK B6ES, and that's what we're going to be replacing. And that'll consist of the tune-up. And then we're going to come over here to the water pump. The water pump, we need to use an SAE 30 non-foaming agent. What that is this. It's a conventional oil, non-detergent SAE 30. Very important that you use that particular oil. You can use other brands. I mean, you don't have to use the AutoZone brand, but you do have to use the non-detergent. Reason being, if you use the other one, the regular motor oil, it has detergents and chemicals in it that kind of cause, it causes the oil to kind of clean itself. The detergents that they put in the oil, they put that in there so that you can, so they can kind of run through the engine and kind of clean out the engine. You don't want that in the water pump. On this particular water pump, the Karcher 2500 series water pump is which one we use. You want to make sure you use this non-detergent so that it doesn't foam up in there, because you put water, foam together, then you have a big problem. It's a very important step when you're servicing this. So I'll set you over here on the tripod and I'll show you how we get started here. So right here's your spark plug. Just pull that off. Take a 13/16, break that loose. Okay, and pull out your plug. Kind of hard to get in and out of there. I should have probably taken this off, but I'm going to show you just so you can get it out without taking the air cleaner out. And you can see the spark plug. It's got some fatigue on it. It's not too bad. It's a kind of okay, but we're going to replace this as part of our tune-up. And what we're using in its place, we're using an NGK B6ES. It's what I found works best in this engine. That one I took out. It's not a NGK, but I like using the NGK. I think it's a great plug. Works great for these smaller engines. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this in. There's really not much you have to do replacing a spark plug. They're pretty straightforward and simple. So we're just going to thread this in. Alright, it's always a good idea to just make sure you get a couple good threads on it before you put the socket on it. You definitely don't want to strip out these heads. And then just put that on there kind of lightly. Tighten it down. Now I just tighten it by hand. Spark plugs are kind of funny. You don't need them too tight. And just go like just a little turn. That's all you need. And now you've replaced the spark plug. Now we're going to pull off the air box, and I'm going to show you how to clean that. Alright, all you have to do to pull off the air box, just remove this wing nut. And I recommend you do this every time you change your spark plug. It's just really helpful to help keep it all clean. I do this quite often. I probably do this once a month because it's an outdoor machine. And that just pulls off. Pretty simple. Then this, you just take this off. Okay, and you can actually wash this if you want. I just spray it off with carburetor cleaner. Then we're going to take this off, and then that's all you have. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take some throttle body cleaner. Now the throttle's right here. This is what activates the throttle back and forth, because it's not like a gear shifter or a foot pedal that's spring loaded. This one, I'm just going to use this to kind of lube it up. So what I do is I'll just take some of this spray and I'll spray it right inside. And I'll just kind of move it back and forth. Okay, and I could just, that right there, I could feel that it freed it up. Okay, And that's all you're trying to do, is you're just trying to clean that throttle body. You can spray a little bit on there to kind of help loosen that up. Okay, now we can take this and do the same thing with it. With your air filter, just kind of clean it off. Same thing with your sock. Okay. Alright, I figured since I was in here, I'm going to show you how to remove this. There's a bolt, 10mm bolt here, 10mm nut here, and a 10mm nut here. And then this just pops into this manifold here. So all you have to do is just take those bolts out, and it just slides straight out. Then you can service all this, and you can come in and you can do that same cleaning that I was just telling you. You can come in and kind of spray that out, clean out your throttle a little bit, clean out your choke. Your carburetor, I mean, you don't have to take it off. As long as it's running, you don't need to take it off. Just move all that stuff out, and then you can get in there, access that. You can come in, maybe hit it with some compressed air, just kind of blow that out. And that's what I found that works best doing this normal maintenance. And so there you go. All right, to reinstall this, take these two levers and just kind of move them out a little. You want to line it all up. Okay, and then bring this up over the top. Kind of slide that back into the throttle body there. Bring it in. And that's pretty much all there is to it. We'll put these nuts back on. Put this one back on. Just make sure everything's free floating and make sure it all moves. Make sure nothing's bound up. Put this one back in the top. We'll tighten it down and put it back together. Alright, we're just going to tighten these back down. Very simple maintenance. You don't have to get too overwhelmed. Not that hard to do. Okay. Take this, put this on there, then we're going to take our dust boot that goes over the top like that. Then this goes down over that. This goes over the top of that. And that's it. You've done your tune-up. That's all there is to it.